strategic discussions around movement governance and movement continuity at the help desk table at the hacking space. Yeah, so it's been a nice experience. I can't live without talking about the food. I really enjoy every meal that we enjoy.
Really interesting day today. I was actually one of the panelists for a session that we were talking about governance, and I got to learn what other communities are doing out there. And yes, I was also part of the session that Nicola was just talking about the Lexica tool, so it was really interesting as well. And what I really enjoy is having this opportunity to be at this conference. We just interact face to face, and we get deep dives, we get into detail on um, our pain points, learning, and it's just not like high level, high surface where you talk to somebody and it's just on a virtual call. You get to get in depth and really understand that, so that it helps with the, I would say, miscommunications that we come across when we do the virtual calls as well. So yeah, so far it's been great. Kenya is amazing. Beautiful people, good food, and yeah, also we had great dances as well. So for me,
Wow, that's great insights shared from each and every one of you.
yeah.
I would want to know, um, each of you went to various sessions to learn, gather information, upgrade, um, kind of search for new projects based on the kind of um, session you want to attend. And I know that each of you attend, some kind of sessions. I want to know what particular session, moved you, or what particular session do you feel that, even though this is the first day, feel that you really, pick a lot or understood whatever has been taught, and you say, is it like like you were thinking that this thing is kind of very difficult, but when you kind of analyzed and you went through the session, everything was easy for you. And you can also talk about your event speaker or the controller, the one who was taking you through the engagement, whether his performance or her performance also encourage you as well. So over to you. Anyone can take that. Yeah.
All right. So for me, I'd say the most interesting session for me today was the one I was actually just informed this afternoon, like, oh, can you be part of this session, which will be on governance? So it was quite an interesting session that I was in, getting to learn about governance, and it's just not like high level on what happens around governance. We talked about conflict, what happens within the communities that were really close, things that hit home. I would say maybe it's more of like Dan said, things that we usually talk about in conferences. What happens when we encounter conflicts in our communities? How do we go about it? Burnout, leadership, accountability, funding, and all that. So it was really, I would say, interesting to hear what other communities, how they mitigate such issues, how they actually strengthen their governance policies, their bylaws, and all that. So I got to learn like I'm not alone. I can actually refine my constitution as well as I go. It's not like it's a blueprint and it's all done. So these things are some things that we actually happen across um, different communities. So I didn't feel like an island, like, oh, I'm coming with my own problems. So it was really good to hear that how other communities come across and handle that issues out there. Yep.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's great in terms of governance, trying to improve upon your engagement
Yeah.
related to governance, keenly on conflict and other, because basically what you are saying is that nothing was really high level, everything was explained
Yeah.
in a basic way that everyone could understand and relate. Let me see, we are moving from one session to another and probably move to
A
two,
lot.
towards so many things. So probably you can combine maybe two or three of your specific ones that you really enjoy so far because you went to a lot of them. Yeah, so you can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, so starting with wiki speech, I am someone who is very passionate about languages
Okay.
and
Yeah.
language documentation. So anything that would give life to more languages online, even if the last speaker dies, but we still have documentation online. These are the things that I'm very passionate about. So wiki speech is one of the newest projects that is coming to give voices to the articles we write for indigenous languages, where you have a button that when you click on it, then the article begins to be read aloud for anybody who can hear
In any other language.
in any other language. Yeah.
Is it not to cut you, but is it AI related as well, or it's just a tool that has just been it's just built to to be able to read the language?
Yeah, it's a built tool, but it's going to get its data from other partners like Common Voice and other Mozilla Common Voice, and also Lingua Libra and other audio files that are already existing. They'll use these files to train the automatic speech recognition models they already have, and then they will be able to
So
have
is
these.
it AI? Is it AI related, or
For now, it
it's
is
just a
not.
data model?
Yeah, it's just a data model. For now, it's not AI. So I was passionate about it because currently the band is working on the Mozilla Common Voice data sets. So we're looking at ways of getting these audios that we are recording to be used by AI so that we can integrate it with our wiki so that people who cannot read and write, who cannot read our own wiki in the language, will be able to still listen to the relevant articles that we write there. So that was one reason I was very passionate about it. And the the presenter was very down to earth. Like he broke everything down. Then he even made himself available for contact later. So we are going to be writing to him. Another session I enjoyed so much was around grants and the future of grants making for affiliates. Because I'm part of the Sub-Saharan Africa Grants Committee, I am very passionate about those things as well because we've come to a point where we have a lot of requests, especially for rapid grants coming in every day. And if you look at the data, we have a lot of money pumped to Africa. But if you compare the content that we get against the rest of the world, we are behind, but more money also comes to us, right? So how do we raise the balance to be able to have these at the same level? And we have a lot of repeating projects, duplication of efforts, a lot of things happening. So Now the global fund committee is being set. It's going to help. It's still like it's one of the strategic recommendations. So currently it is constituted, and they will help with a lot of things. Before, so their discussions would come before the committee level discussions. So yeah, if
Yeah,
I
but just not to cut you, in terms of the project, in terms of duplicated projects, can you share much insight into that? Because I'm of the view that if you're talking about duplication projects, everybody has, different ways of managing their project. You can do the same thing, but it's kind of different. Everyone knows where he or she is. Maybe the project that you are running, probably you might not continue. You do it, and that is it. Someone might continue the project, go on and on and on. I don't know whether I believe
yeah,
you get what I'm trying to say.
yes,
Yeah, because you might just do the project. That's it. Someone might take it and also continue with it. Someone might also within if, even though the person has applied for the rapid guidance continue, someone might also because there's a lot of work to be done, and one person can't do that having a selected group of people or managing a community. You get it? So if probably they are saying there's a lot of duplicated project and maybe they want to, I don't know what they discuss, but I'm feeling that they want to maybe limit the grants or probably want to, if there's a duplicated project, they want to say, oh, this person is doing this, so maybe that would be some way. So maybe if you could share some insights concerning what was discussed, I think maybe that would give me a clear understanding of, or that would give us a clear understanding of what happened
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so when we talk about the duplication of projects, we first of all have to zero it down to the regional level,
Okay.
zero it down further to a country level, then to communities level. For example, in Ghana, if we have, let's say, Wikilove's folklore being run, at least we could have a nationwide Wikilove's folklore
Yeah.
participating communities. In Ghana, we have 11 language communities.
Yeah.
Now, all these 11 language communities can as well just jump on one particular project and all contribute to the same Wikilove's folklore.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about if the Bani goes applying for Wikilove's folklore grant, Ofwat goes applying for Wikimedia Ghana? At the end of the day, you have more money given for the same thing, but at the end of the day, the resource might not merit what's the name, the amount that has been given,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So if we have like uh, in our attempts to build collaborations among communities,
Okay.
having them come together to work on projects is one thing that would be very helpful. Again, also there was a project in the past that was almost like the wiki speech we are talking about, or the lingua libra too. Someone was trying to get grants to work on that. Now, lingua libra already exists and is doing exactly what the person wanted to do. When we found out, it was apparent that the person didn't even know about lingua libra,
Okay.
right? So that was just because we also knew about it. How about if we don't even know about it and the person goes about repeating the same thing?
Okay.
Of course, yes, we if a project is done in Kenya, then I'm doing that in Ghana. That's not duplication of effort. These are different
Yeah.
geographic regions,
Regions,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
So we are talking about ways of building collaborations
Okay.
and not just like having people run to the foundation for grants just because they feel they can get grants. If you have been following the rapid grants page, you see that a lot of rapid grants come in, a lot of, and some of them are basically copy and paste rapid grants. Now we have AI. You get a lot of grants, and it's just like AI generated grants, and AI can write the best grant for the most stupid person. I'm not saying there's a stupid person in our movement, but I'm just trying to say that like we should be very strategic about things. So
Just to good that we are coming in. So, yeah, I'm coming, please. But not to sometimes I feel that with the AI bit, sometimes we need to ask the movement needs to ask itself a question that why was AI created? It was created to make things simpler for us
yeah,
to yeah. It's not that probably the person is dumb or something of that sort. Like excuse me to say, but the person who is writing the grant probably need an assistant. That's why we deployed the AI to assist him to work. Not that the person is lazy or something, because right now we are looking at the future. and AI is one of the things that we are looking at. And as a movement too, I believe that we are also looking at AI as well in order to better our lives, right? Yeah. So if someone is seeking for grants and probably doesn't want to take too much like of a time in writing everything. Probably, probably maybe the person has made a draft, but hasn't put in something long down, and AI has aided him is as an assistant has aided him to write something. Not that because AI sometimes we are seeing the person is dumb. If you are not smart, you can't use AI.
Yeah.
Because AI doesn't gives you what you put in, so garbage in, garbage out for you.
Yeah.
So like I feel that with the conversation of AI and grants, I feel that we need to have a proper conversation about the relation to AI and grant, because it's not bad if someone use AI to, for like something that is going to aid him or her, because it's from the person's thoughts, and AI wouldn't sit down to think, because it's the person that provided the knowledge to the AI for the AI to give that knowledge. So I don't know, as maybe you are in discussion with them, so maybe you can also look at that and probably reconsider. That's my thoughts, but you can also have a look at that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you
Maybe
have
probably somebody it might have been discussed as well.
Yeah, so as you've mentioned, AI is very good, and we all use AI. We use AI to augment our work. AI has come to even make life easier,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to make productivity
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
but in an instance where you don't really use the AI to be able to um, like like bring it down to your level and settings,
Okay.
then you just generate content just because you feel like you can just pick the grant questions and give it to
Okay,
the
so
AI to
probably the person consistently, I don't know, maybe if I don't know whether I'm getting you clear, but the person uses the AI to do a lot of stuff related to grants. I don't know whether that's where you're trying to arrive, or
I
perhaps
feel
you
like
can.
maybe I can speak to that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so it's the issue is not really about using AI to write your grants,
okay,
but imagine if someone is writing a full-fledged grant proposal
okay,
using AI,
okay,
and then you go check maybe their previous contributions, and um, there's no relevant source that is really show indicating that, oh, this person has an experience contributing to this project. Take for example, I've also had opportunity to review scholarship um, applications, right? And then sometimes you see people writing like a full paragraph talking about what they have not
not done.
done,
Okay,
and there are no links to
okay,
even like indicate that, oh, okay, this person did this and this in
okay,
this
okay,
field,
okay,
right?
okay,
And sometimes I even go further and be like, okay, it's not everybody that updates their profile on Meta. Okay, maybe I can just check about them, look them up in social media,
okay,
check out what they are doing,
okay,
or like also, if I believe if you're doing something and you're making an impact in your community, if I can reach out to maybe 2 3 persons and they could like give me a good feedback or recommendation about you, then that means there's something that you're doing differently, right? So I want to align with what he's saying, although sometimes it might not be 100% correct that, oh yeah, because they use AI that means they are not capable of doing this. But I feel like you can also trace their records. Of course, they must have done something in the past. Imagine somebody writing a proposal to improve article on Wikipedia, and then you check their username, you check. There's no single article that they've edited in the past. Although, yeah, we know some people are program managers, they're community managers, they get so engaged, they are so busy. But yeah, before you became a program manager, you must have some records, right, that we could refer back to. But there's nothing like that. Yeah, so I feel like maybe this new initiative is coming to like help
Because I think
improve
more
the system.
more discussions
Yeah,
needs to be
yeah,
had about
needs,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so D and I think you are not done. So just wrap up and
Yeah.
let's This Bukola to.
Yes, so there were a lot of other discussions around how do we ensure the continuity of projects beyond just grants. Because if we look at the movement, it has existed from time immemorial, not because of the systems we operate, but because of the volunteers or the volunteer base, right? So our community is beyond just the platforms we interact with. These platforms have human beings behind them. These human beings have got emotions. They have got life outside those platforms to take care of. How do we ensure that whatever we do continuously remain relevant to them? How do we ensure that the current generation, the Gen Z generation, find interest in what we do? What is the point if we keep contributing to content that nobody will use? So how do we ensure that whatever that we are doing today will still remain relevant in the next 20, 30 years? So the discussion has not ended and it will not end today. We'll continue to have it. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow's sessions to have more strategic governance discussions.
Okay, yeah, unlike my colleagues here, I didn't have more opportunity to attend a lot of sessions because I was also planning others and coordinating some. But like I said, the one I attended, which I stayed for like 30 minutes or more, which was the lexical session, I really did enjoy the session because it was practical. She first started by like explaining what lexims were, why the tool, why they had to develop the tool, and then she proceeded into explaining the process of how you make use of the tool. And I feel like that's like a very practical way. And beyond that, there was also demonstrations. And the funny thing was, this presentation was virtual. Like the speaker was not in the room. So for her to keep the audience engaged, like while she was doing that
Was it
virtually.
pre-recorded or virtual,
Um,
live virtual?
I really do not know, but then she was not like live in the room, and that was a really great thing. I must commend her; she tried. And just like what Shitobu said, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's session. I am very passionate about sessions that involves workshops. I like a whole lot of workshops session where you do demo, you engage participants, because I feel like we are all here to take something back to our community. And the only way we can do that is when we also acquire new knowledge, right? And that will really help us grow our community. So let's have more of those kind of sessions.
Okay, so finally, final thoughts before we wrap up.
Yeah, I would say I look forward to tomorrow's session, and I am certain that there's always something new to take away from every Wikimania. And even though I'm still discovering like what I'm going to take away from Nairobi this year, I know I will be going back with a whole lot of new knowledge, and I look forward to seeing how that would impact my community. So yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you too. Ian?
Yeah, thank you. For me, like Bukola has mentioned, there's a lot for us to discover, a lot of workshops that we can attend, more knowledge to share. So tomorrow I'm going to be handpicking again, as usual. You know, the sessions are so many.
I feel that the session, but you need to kind of have one session that you can really like attend.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually,
I know that there is not we all don't have time, but you can most of them will be recorded, so you can kind of have time to kind of watch and just be focused on one or two that you really want to go actually. Then probably when you get the time, the video recorded, you can take your time and maybe there might not be time, but you can take your time and watch than you going. I know that like the fiscality and stuff that you need to meet them because they might also share other things, but fine. Just the ones that you really want to go, just focus on those ones. Then those otherwise to become like you are not fully baked. You get it. You are getting the knowledge all right, but I could be wrong. Maybe that's what you want to do, but just an advice. That's all. Yeah.
yeah. So for me, I had already marked my schedules
Okay. Okay.
before I came here,
Okay.
so I know all the programs I'm
Okay.
going to
Okay.
attend. So when I'm in a particular room and it's ending, I know the next room I'm going
Okay.
to
Okay.
because I had planned that already based on my interest.
Okay.
So yeah, my movement is very strategic. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
the
Okay.
rooms I
Okay.
move to.
Okay, that's fine.
So
That's fine.
my plan is that when I get back home, all those ones I missed, I can follow them
Okay.
on
Okay.
YouTube.
Then for you
Yeah.
started. Okay.
So yeah, more learning to have to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Final words, Candy.
Final words for me, it would be, I think my colleagues have said it all. So outside the rooms, outside the sessions, network, make friends, partners. I've outside the well, listening to people, I've really made good friends. I've met new people who have even kind of like I was looking for somebody who could give me a contact in my country for the UN. I was like, okay, you have a project that you're going to be doing with the UN. I would like actually to do the same. So such things, I think it's really good to I would say just to give advice to anyone who's coming for Wikimania. Get out of your comfort zone, make friends, explore, just say hi, get to know them beyond beyond the surface level. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining this episode of Village Pump, and I wish you success throughout this journey of Wikimania. And I believe that when you go to your country, back to your country, you are going to give them the knowledge that is shared there, and as well as looking at the future Wikimania, you guys can come back here once again and we can have a successful discussion on how you've been able to impact your community as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, Charlie, thanks everyone. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
bye.
I'm sorry that we had it around this time. Can you thank you for also joining us? So,
Thank you.
please
Okay, I need to.
All right.
yeah.